Not Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Everything wrong gonna be alright come September.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe September.
Welcome to it. It is September, one of the happiest months of the year. Just means football's here. Fall is on the way. Well, not in Texas, but fall is on the way in some places. Actually, yesterday was incredible.
Not bad.
I can't remember an August day where it's in the 70s.
That wasn't bad.
Crazy. That was great. It was awesome. And wouldn't it be nice if, as Natalie Imbruglia sang, everything wrong gonna be all right come September. If only. If only.
Oh, it is.
Oh, it is?
It is.
Everything's fixed
it
now?
Is.
Everything wrong?
It's going to be
all right.
It's going to be all right.
It's going to be all right.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out tonight from our president
what horrible people we are.
The how to unify this country.
Yes.
Bring us together and move forward.
That's what he does. He's a unifier, not a divider. And he's been unifying us to death for a year and a half. So that's great. We got that going for us. Something else we've got going for us is that the NRA is putting together a nice little unit to make sure that the election is fair and accurate. And so they're deploying an NRA unit right now. And they're going to spread them all over the country. And they're the ones who are going to be sure that, the midterm elections are completely accurate. They're called an election security group, the NSG, to protect the midterm elections. The NSA will work to identify and fight foreign cyber hackers. I bet they will. By exposing them publicly, making their financial costs skyrocket, and by deploying other techniques.
So wait, this is the NSA.
Yes, the NSA, not the Did I say the NRA?
I thought originally you said NRA, and then
No,
in
it's
the
the
story you
NSA.
said NSA. So I
Yes.
just want to be sure that I have it right.
It is the NSA, not
Because
the
I thought,
NRA.
man, the NRA has come picking back up. We just said they were nothing the other day.
Right. But
Okay,
it is not the NRA who will watch over it. That would be a much better situation.
Exactly what I was
That'd be a
going
good
to
situation.
say. I'd be much happier with the NRA.
Now, it's the NSA that's working to identify and fight foreign cyber hackers. Thousands of people are going to work every day to defend the elections from foreign threats, from generating insights to sharing information to imposing costs by degrading and disrupting foreign adversary activity. According to the Election Security Group spokesperson, the National Security Agency and Cyber Command have activated their election security group tasked with disrupting foreign cyber attackers, aiming to hack or interfere with our upcoming midterms. Because there's all kinds of threats coming from Russia. They control just about everything that happens in this country. They control elections, although I don't know why they didn't do that last time since they got Trump elected in 2016. Did they get tired of him?
Guess so.
So they control elections, they control gas prices, they control the inflation at the grocery store. Plus, China and Iran are apparently also in on this attack on us. The group uses its foreign signals and intelligence collection capabilities to identify attackers and their intent, and then fights against attackers by exposing them publicly and making their costs skyrocket. Great. Okay. So, according to the NSA, the FBI, and Homeland Security, the biggest threat to U.S. elections is, of course, climate change and, of course, Republicans.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Sorry.
Obviously.
Sorry.
Climate change and Republicans are working hand in hand right now to destroy the country.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Although I've never seen the hand of climate change, but I'm sure it's
there.
Massive.
Yeah.
It's got to be big.
Yeah, huge.
Because the climate's, pretty big.
I did hear, you spoke of China and Iran. I did hear another report yesterday about Russia using the Iranian drones that we talked about the other day.
Yeah.
And the good news with that is that it's not going to detour the United States from talking to the Iran.
I heard that same report.
I thought you.
Oh, my
I
gosh.
got to be.
Oh, good. Well, that's a relief. Thank you.
Right. Yes.
You're still going to sell us out to Iran.
Yes.
That's
Never mind.
We can rest easy now. Oh, okay, because I thought selling us out to Iran would have been jeopardized by their cooperation with Russia, but no.
No, we can't have that. I almost swerved into a concrete bridge.
So bad. So ridiculous. Really? Like, that's a big selling point. Hey, don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. We're still going to sign that ridiculous agreement with Iran where they can pretty much develop nuclear weapons right under our nose. Don't worry about it. So great. All right. Apparently, Joe had some nice moments yesterday walking in on the meeting.
I don't understand this. They posted this as like this. Oh, isn't that funny? We don't know what he said. He walks in, he babbles something, and they all laugh. Jill is in a meeting with all these people. And I forget who all's in the meeting, but you'll see them at the table, and they're just wrapping up. And then he comes in and babbles something, and they all chuckle, and Jill's like, oh, speaking of partners. And it's just, it's the worst.
She's hideous. She's almost
That's the word I'm looking for.
As hideous as he is. But here's what happened.
The levels need to be at the table. And these partnerships will continue to exist. I'm going to start talking right now. And I'm
done. He didn't even come in.
No, he just opened the door, babbled something.
That's a wrap.
He said that's a wrap.
That's it. The president just came in and babbled something, so I guess we're done.
Oh, wow. These people are such phonies.
I don't know.
Just absolutely phony. Let's try it again.
I have tried.
See if we can understand
man.
what it is he says.
I've tried a bunch of times.
Need to be at the table. And these partnerships will continue to exist. I'm going to start talking right now. And I'm done.
Nope. Can't get it.
Yeah.
Here he is. I guess he is joking right now, right? That is a joke.
That's a wrap. I guess we're done.
The dislike that I feel for him has it's probably exceeded anything I've ever experienced in my life before.
Pretty bad.
I'm pretty much at 10 trillion white hot burning suns now. 10 trillion. Used to only be around a billion or so white hot burning suns, but no, it's
what is it when we get past the trillion? Is it
it's quadrillion.
Quad, not quin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
And then there's quintillion.
Okay.
And then I don't know what
I think we're pushing quin.
The sextillion? I think the 6 is sextillion.
There's a person that I share my home with that is definitely quintillion, man.
Yeah?
Oh, yes.
Is it your father-in-law?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he dislikes these people, too.
Very much. Very much.
That's great. Well, because he's a vet.
Yeah, he is.
Right?
Yeah.
And he fought to defend and
yes, he did.
And secure this nation, and he sees it being torn down right in front of his eyes. It's really sad. It is really. Was it Vietnam?
Yeah. Yeah, he was early. I mean, he was.
Really?
Yeah, he was dropped in. He was in the front lines, man. Some of the stories are amazing. I should actually record them.
Did he wind up with Agent Orange?
Oh, yeah, he's been around all that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Remember?
Because I know he's treated quite a bit, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. When we talked about it, I suppose we should. I don't know that I've talked about it on the air before, but I know that the way they had him documented on the paperwork, he wasn't part of the Agent Orange crowd.
Oh.
And he was pissed about that because he was like, no, I was there with all those people. You've been treating me with all this stuff. I was there. And they were like, I'll tell you what, you can fight it if you want, or we'll just give you the money that we normally would give everybody that had the Agent Orange stuff.
And so he took that option.
But we won't change the paperwork. So the numbers.
I wouldn't have trusted them to do that.
He didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then at the end, I was like, look, you can fight him. I'll go for it. Do it. You're fine, but you're never going to see a dime unless you say, okay, we're not fighting.
And is that what he did? Yeah. Yeah, go on, take the money and run. Somebody once said.
This should be a song.
Yeah.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think the song would work out. I think he just voiced it, but I don't know about a song like that. I don't think that would work very well.
But it's amazing that it's just another example of our government misleading
and the way
people.
they do things.
Yeah.
So dishonestly.
Yeah.
Just be upfront and honest, and it's way too late for that now. I mean, you're going to see today, we've got so many stories of just an upside-down world. That's what we're living in right now, where the country's just been turned on its head, and it's sickening. You don't have to be a vet to be
you don't.
Disappointed and disgusted with what's going on. And as I mentioned, we'll get into that. But first, let's see what Joe Rogan said yesterday.
Oh, yeah, well, he was talking
the upcoming election.
Well, the thing is that he said that this is with the Aaron Rodgers interview that we played, with Aaron.
It's part of that.
It is part of that. However, now they're back to wanting to ban him.
I bet, based on what he said here.
Spotify, yeah.
Yeah, listen to this.
No one who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic. And I'm hoping that now that this is over, people are going to, recognize that some serious errors were made and not repeat those. That's the best you can get out of it.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican.
Huh.
That's what a lot of them are going to do anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of them are going to do
more
anyway.
More than 1 million people transferred over to the Republican Party, I think in 2021 alone. Find out what that number is. But, you look at guys like Ron DeSantis, who kept Florida open and had some pretty reasonable policies in terms of, like, what to do about COVID. And, he mapped it out on television. He was, widely criticized for this.
Yeah.
Where he was saying, like, we need to protect our elders. We need to, make sure that medical care is available for those people. And everyone else, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. Protect your freedom.
Thank you.
Huh.
Vote Republican.
Huh.
Interesting that Aaron didn't say anything.
Yeah.
He certainly didn't say, no, that's not the right way to go. He laughed. And I'm guessing he probably agrees, but doesn't want to say.
He did not say that.
He doesn't want, and it makes sense. He doesn't want to have 50% of the people watching turn against him.
But I want Joe Rogan boycotted.
Oh, Joe Rogan has to go right now.
He has to go. I want him off of Spotify.
Spotify protected him last time. Stood up to the Twitter mob
and
last
they'll
time.
Stand up this time.
And I think they will because, they paid him. Wasn't $100 million. According to what we read after that controversy, it was $200 million. That's a pretty good investment they have in this guy.
Yes, it is.
$200 million.
He's proven worth it in my eyes.
That was over 10 years, right? So that's only $20 million a year.
Never mind.
Really a sweet deal that he has. And so you know that since they've made that kind of investment in the guy,
it's paid off.
They got to back him.
It's paid off.
Well, 11 million viewers a day.
I mean, the one story I read was, and the grunge rock artist Neil Young pulled his music from Spotify.
Grunge rock.
Now, I don't.
Is that what Neil Young is?
I was forced to like Neil Young's music, but do I care that I can't listen to Neil Young on Spotify? No.
I certainly didn't care.
No.
I didn't even know he had music on Spotify. I didn't.
Well, you can go to probably neilyoung.com.
Could I? Yeah, I probably could. I'm just not going to. Old man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you were.
It's classic.
Oh man.
It's classic.
So great. Heart of Gold, though, was, I think, the first song I ever learned on guitar because it's so easy.
And his duet with Chicolette? Nicolette Larson.
I don't remember his duet with Nicolette Larson.
Yeah, it's going to take a lot of love.
That was not.
That was a big hit. Yeah, that was.
Where is he on that?
I think Neil wrote that.
Did he?
Yeah, I think that was his song.
But he didn't sing on it. I don't think he
feel like
performed
did.
with her.
I feel like he did.
He may have written it. I don't know. Look that up. That's interesting. Is there a number people can call Ivan? 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We got some great stories from big business. Pfizer, for instance, has a fellowship now that is blatantly illegal. We'll tell you about that in just a second. But first of all, let me tell you about preborn. Almost 1 out of every 5 Americans never have a chance to live outside the womb. Can you imagine that? 1 out of 20% of all pregnancies end in abortion? Wow. Leading cause of infant death in the world. Over 63 million babies have been aborted since Roe v. Wade, and a lot more will be aborted in its wake. Even though Roe v. Wade was overturned, we all know abortion continues because the states are going to decide now, and many states will choose abortion, and they won't put any limits on it. So Preborn and Blaze Media are partnering to help rescue 50,000 babies from abortion in 2022. They're working to put Planned Parenthood out of business by providing free ultrasounds to expecting mothers. 80% of the time, hearing that baby's heartbeat is enough to convince the mother to keep her baby. 80% of the time. This is such a worthwhile cause. I can't think of anything more worthwhile to donate to. And then when the mother chooses life, Preborn provides maternity and baby clothes, diapers, car seats, counseling, and much more free of charge. That's their level of commitment to the preservation of life. So please help Preborn and the Blaze save babies' lives. To donate, dial pound 250, say the keyword baby. That's pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yes, written by Neil Young. That's what I thought.
Okay, what?
A Lot of Love. Written by Neil Young. That's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah. And he did his own version. I don't know if they ever. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I've heard his version. It's bad.
I don't know if they.
Like all his other music, it's very, very bad. It sucks.
I'm sure they. I don't know what. I'm sure maybe they did a duet together at one point because it's his song. I just remember Neil Young with the song. That's all.
Actually, there is one Neil. It just hit me. Cinnamon Girl.
Oh yeah, well, that's an old.
That's
one.
a great song.
Yeah.
There's one good Neil Young song because his vocals are kind of buried in the guitar, so that helps. That helps a lot. Yeah, we can't hear him sing, so that's definitely a plus. So Pfizer, what have they done now with this? They've got a fellowship that flagrantly violates U.S. law because if you're white or Asian, you need not apply.
Huh.
You won't be hired for this.
If you're white,
white or Asian,
Mm-hmm. Wow.
they just have created a bold move to create a workplace for all. Well, all except for whites and Asians.
Except for you.
Yeah, right. Civil rights lawyers are characterizing it in a different way, blatantly violating the law. This Pfizer program is so flagrantly illegal, I seriously wonder how it passed internal review by its general counsel, according to Adam Mortara, one of the country's top civil rights attorneys. Pfizer's Breakthrough Fellowship offers college students multiple internships, a fully funded master's degree, and several years of employment at the pharmaceutical giant. It also restricts applications to Black, African American, Latino, Hispanic, and Native American. So if you're in one of those groups,
unbelievable,
isn't it though? I mean, they spell it out.
That's incredible.
They spell it out.
I mean, in the last couple days, we have this, and we have what we got, Project Veritas exposing that teacher or whatever not hiring Catholics and saying he wouldn't hire those people. Mm-hmm. And we've got this, an international company.
Yeah, it's incredible. It's really incredible. Listed under requirements. You must be a U.S. citizen or a U.S. permanent resident. Okay. Be an undergraduate student enrolled in a full-time university. All right. Committed interest and intent to pursue an MBA, MPH, or MS statistics program. You must apply to a breakthrough fellowship intern opportunity.
I love those.
You got to have a 3.0 GPA or above. You must meet the program's goals of increasing the pipeline for, okay, here it is, where they just spell it out. Meet the program's goals of increasing the pipeline for Black African American, Latino, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Oh, okay. All right. Demonstrate exceptional leadership potential, too, and a willingness to work in New York City or other Pfizer location. So if you're white, there's other things you can do. They basically tell you.
Not here.
Just not here. Just not this. You can't do this. How do they get away with that? Isn't that amazing?
Wow. That sure is.
That somehow they've been able to get this far with it, despite the fact that it's flagrantly illegal.
Yeah, I mean, and we did do the story now. It was a tad different with the NASA thing, with the naming rights of stars and moons and black holes and stuff, right? Where they said that if you want to use a Native American or indigenous name, then someone had to be in your group part of that indigenous tribe.
Can't steal their names. That's name stealing.
Right. Mm-hmm. But this is just...
It's incredible. I know. No words. There are not words for so many of these things.
What has happened to us?
There's also the Bank of America story right now, where if you you can apply for a certain loan only if you're Black or Hispanic. Wait, how is that okay? How is that legal?
Well, we're open to everyone. We're open to everyone here at Bank of America. But
everyone who's not white.
But
so if you don't like that, lump it.
I mean, sure, you can put your money into a savings account with us if you're white, but that's it.
It's a 0 down, 0 closing for Blacks and Hispanics only.
Isn't that what got us into trouble before?
Seems like it, yeah. It seems like that contributed in a big way. And they're doing it again. The option will first become available in certain neighborhoods in Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, Los Angeles, and Miami. The new mortgage, called the Community Affordable Loan Solution, aims to help individuals and families obtain an affordable loan to purchase a home. And they talk about how home ownership strengthens our communities, blah, blah, blah. Our Community Affordable Loan Solution will help make the dream of sustained home ownership attainable for more Black and Hispanic families. And it's part of our broader commitment to the communities that we serve.
All right.
Unashamedly, unabashedly, it's for Blacks and Hispanics. Whitey, you need not apply. Okay? Asians, forget it. You already have enough homes, okay? You can't have any more. Other white people already have homes. Just because you don't have one doesn't mean that we have to help you, and we're not going to. So,
I mean, we're here to help, just not
you. You got a problem with that? Go talk to somebody about it.
Good luck, because they're probably doing the same thing we're doing.
Yes, they are. Absolutely, they are. And we know, anyway, how dangerous you are because, you're white. You probably support Donald Trump, so that makes you an ultra MAGA danger to the United States, as KJP outlined yesterday. Here's what she said about the ultra MAGA voters.
When it comes to voters, how does the president differentiate between the ultra MAGA folks who he sees as an extremist threat to democracy and the average GOP voter?
So,
good question.
Can't talk about voters from here, as you know.
No, I don't want to talk about voters.
I get you. Not gonna. I just need to say that, right? Just to
cover.
Just to be clear. I mean, the president
Looks like
has
I'm not
been
breaking any laws.
has been really clear about the leadership, right? The MAGA Republicans in leadership. They're the ones who
that's
have
not
the
what he says.
platform. They're the ones who, again, the extremist part of the Republican Party. They're the ones who, folks listen to in their own
folks
party.
listen to in their own party.
So she, again, can't possibly get anywhere near an answer to the question.
But she does go on. Another clip that talks about that there is an extremist threat to democracy.
Okay.
Does he feel like, when you talk about the battle over democracy in this country, does it feel like things are moving in the right direction, the wrong direction? What can you tell us about what the president's been talking about?
So I don't want to get ahead of the president's speech. It's not a good thing to do, as you know. But the president thinks that there is an extremist threat to our democracy. The president has been clear as he can be on that particular piece when we talk about a democracy, when we talk about our freedoms.
When we talk about
the way that he sees is the MAGA Republicans are the most
when we
energized
look at
part
it, when
of the
we talk
Republican
about
Party.
it,
This is an extreme threat to our democracy, to our freedom, to our rights.
Who?
They just don't respect the rule of law.
In what
You
way?
heard that from
they don't
the
respect the
president.
rule of law.
And,
I can't. Okay, that's enough. I can't. Oh my gosh. The giblets to say we don't respect the rule of law. That is crazy. And the extreme threat to our democracy, which we don't have one, so I'm not sure if that's even a bad thing. I'm not sure I can even deny that they're an extreme threat to democracy because we fight against democracy all the time. We don't have a democracy. We don't want a democracy. They don't work. There's never been a democracy that's lasted 200 years on this planet. It's because they fail every single time. This is a republic. Agonizing.
I know.
It's agonizing.
One of the clips that from President Biden the night before last when we ran through them yesterday, I did not play. We here on the show didn't play where he threatens Americans. So maybe we have that to look forward to tonight where he speaks, because he pretty much told Americans you're not strong enough to beat the government. Okay.
Oh yeah, the gun thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And for those brave right-wing Americans who say it's all about keeping America's independent and safe, if you want to fight against the country, you need an F-15. You need something a little more than a gun.
Every time, same stuff, same BS rhetoric, every single time.
I mean,
the same nonsensical garbage. What he doesn't seem to understand is nobody's saying that we are going to take up arms against the government right now. It's in case we need to, though. That ability is there because we're armed. He can't get that. And I guess just because the government has F-15s, there's no way to go against the government.
Can't do it.
Really? If 400 million guns are available to Americans, I think that's going to cause some problems to an oppressive force, to an oppressive government that is trying to disarm us or take away all of our rights.
Well, do you have an F-16?
I don't. I don't have an F-15, 16, F-22, 35. I don't have any of them.
I do have an F to give, though. Yeah. Tell you that.
Yeah. Every time. He does seem to threaten us, though, right?
Yes, he does.
With the F-15s, with their howitzers,
yes,
with their nuclear weapons. It's always down that road with him. He's willing to tell us that, we'll use all our stuff against you.
Don't talk to me about your little
We'll
9
use the
millimeters.
full might of the U.S. military against. Don't you dare defy us. Wow.
Pat Gray.
Some tweets here. Jeffy, he does as he pleases. Tweets. Pat's hate level keeps increasing in white-hot burning suns. Someone tell him to stop his one-man global warming. That's a good point. Yeah, because 10 trillion white-hot burning suns would heat things up a little bit on this planet.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. Carl Smith, didn't you know that anyone saying vote Republican supports dangerous misinformation, disinformation, and are obviously guilty of treason? So they should naturally be canceled. Rowdy Introvert tweets, every single time KJP says the president has been clear, I hear Jeffy's voice saying, has he? Has he?
It's deafening to me. I don't say it every time, but
but you feel it every time.
Absolutely, I feel it every time.
No question. Every time.
Every single time. So many times. Even whether has he or does he?
Right.
Are ya? Do ya? It's agony. I can't take it.
Yep. I feel it. I feel it too. I feel your pain. I do. I know. So, can Dr. Oz come back and win the Senate race in Pennsylvania? I guess his campaign seems to feel like he can, but I don't understand how Mehmet Oz got behind Fetterman in the first place. How did that happen?
The press is on Fetterman's side, really. I mean, right?
Well, of course they are.
I mean, it's pretty incredible.
But the guy nearly died from massive strokes. He still can't talk,
and
really.
He's saying no debates now.
And he's saying no debates. So you're not going to debate because you can't speak, but you're going to be okay to go represent Pennsylvania in the U.S. Senate? Come on.
I did see him talking in front of an audience. I don't know where. And he was trying to say that Oz was attacking him because he just had a stroke, attacking people's health.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you did.
You did have health problems.
We're not saying, hey, what if?
And we don't want to send a guy to Washington who's going to be dead in 6 weeks. We don't want that. I mean, that's not to say he's necessarily going to, but it's a pretty reasonable possibility, right? The guy also lived off his parents until he was 50 years old. That was 3 years ago. Okay, they paid him $54,000 a year to make because he didn't have a gig.
I'm not beating him up for that.
I am. I'm beating him up for that. Lived off his parents, had this massive stroke, extreme radical, and he's ahead.
I know.
Last I saw it by 10 points.
Oh, really? I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, it was bad. But his campaign is saying, no, we're confident. We're confident we're gonna make up that gap and then some.
Okay.
All righty.
Okay.
Now I guess his favorable ratings have come down, and so Peter Towie, a Republican operative who managed Pat Toomey's campaign in 2016, said if Fetterman's only up a couple of points, that's bad news for John Fetterman. He needed a bigger gap.
Well, 10 sounds pretty good.
But I think it's narrowing now. It was 10 a while ago.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be Oz's race to lose come the fall. The spending is starting. People are starting to learn about Fetterman. Jeez, I hope. How can you only be starting to learn about him? What's that? How's that? We're in Texas and we know enough.
Yeah.
I know the guy's an extremist. I know he just about died. He still can't talk properly. You're going to send him to Congress for that?
And he's not. I realize that. I realize Dr. Oz is speaking to us in his Gucci's. I got it.
Who cares?
So what? Fetterman does. But Fetterman is not a personable guy.
No, he's not
at all.
No, I know.
I know Pennsylvania. Working class, working hard people. I get it, but I don't understand the fascination with this guy.
I don't either. He's a bad candidate, and can't even debate.
Yeah, we're no.
Dr. Oz
doesn't want any of that.
No, he doesn't, because he'd get crushed.
Yeah.
So Oz keeps pushing that issue, and all they do is fall back on, I'm a victim. I'm a victim.
Right.
They're attacking a guy who had
That's what I mean.
a health issue.
People with health problems.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm sure we've had what he was saying, and I'm sure we all have family members have had some health issues, right? Maybe yourself.
Yeah, but we're not
maybe
sending
your
them to the
kids.
U.S. Senate. Okay? I'm not going to send my great uncle to the Senate when he's got Alzheimer's disease, like the Democrats did with Joe Biden sending him to the presidency, even though there were clear indications that he was faltering even during the campaign. I mean, he was not all there during the campaign. It seems like his health care has gotten a little stronger lately. I don't know if the medicine is working better.
They've got him juiced up good.
He's pretty juiced right now.
He's only wandering into rooms he shouldn't go in when other meetings are going on a couple of times a day now. We saw one yesterday. That's all.
Right.
Just walks in, babbles something, and leaves. And everybody goes, oh, Joe.
Gosh, that darn Joe. He is
the
funny,
meeting's over.
isn't he?
Jill is storming down the hallway going, keep an eye on him. How you letting him wander around like that?
And you know Jill was pissed because that was her meeting.
Yeah.
How dare you interrupt my meeting with your mumbling, babbling nonsense. I bet she was pissed.
100%.
I bet she was.
100%.
There's a new gun law that goes into effect in New York today that requires applicants for a concealed carry permit to provide a list of social media accounts for the past 3 years as part of the review process.
Well, good.
Another little unconstitutional law. No problem. Who cares? The Constitution is just it's not really carved in granite or anything. It's just a good safety tip. That's how I look at the Constitution. And if I don't want to follow their safety tip, I don't have to. State regulators will be able to browse the applicant's social media posts to decide if a person has the character to carry a weapon. This is flies right in the face of the Supreme Court ruling, the open carry Supreme Court ruling they just made a few months ago. The requirement
well,
was...
that's why they're doing it. Right?
I know.
This is their battle back, the slap back.
The requirement was added because lawmakers said that previous mass shooters have sometimes dropped hints of violence online before they acted. Okay, so who's going to review these social media accounts? And then who gets to decide, sorry, he said something that I don't like, so he can't buy a gun? This is going to be really bad. I mean, it's tough enough in New York City now to get a gun.
Oh, yeah.
To obtain any sort of weapon, you have to jump through all kinds of hoops. This was a few years ago, but it was something like 800 people had concealed carries in New York City. 800. Out of 8 million in Manhattan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, listen, it's only going to prohibit the concealed carry permit holders from bringing their firearms into sensitive locations.
Like New York, like Times Square in New York City.
Bars, libraries, schools. They have a list.
Yeah.
Public transportation, entertainment venues, bars. So all the places where you may want to protect yourself, you can.
Yeah, just anywhere you go in Manhattan. Sorry, you can't go there with your gun.
No, those are sensitive locations.
Sensitive. Really?
So the entire island is a sensitive location.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's what they're doing to people.
Pretty much.
Blatantly unconstitutional, but do they care? Not at all. Not at all.
No.
All right, let me tell you about Factor meals. What do you think when you think of fall? For me, it's football. It's cooler weather sometime, in Texas. Luckily, Factor's ready-to-eat meal delivery keeps me fueled up and feeling good no matter how crazy my days get. Factor is the perfect mealtime solution for an on-the-go lifestyle. And these meals are delicious. I don't know who their chef is, but they're high-quality meals and high-quality nutrition. Factor now offers 30-plus meals per week and 36-plus add-on options like smoothies, juices, snacks. Those are also all really, really good. When things get extra busy, Factor is flexible. Change your order up every week with plans from 4 to 18 meals per week. Not only do they offer fast, simple solutions when I need them most, they also help me stay on top of my goals when it's hard to carve time out. They have offerings like Protein Plus, and they have Keto, so that you can stay on track if you're on those kinds of meal plans. But what I love best about them is they're quick, they're convenient, and they're really delicious. Head to go.factor75.com/Pat130. And their website is just as easy. It's great. Use the promo code PAT130 to get $130 off across 6 boxes.
So
that's go.factor75.com/Pat130. It's just that easy, Jeffy.
Okay, well.
Go.factor75.com/Pat130 and get $130 off.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
It actually takes longer to give the website,
but that's not
than it does to prepare the meal.
But it's Go Factor. It's not Go.Factor, right?
Is it? Did you just go there?
Yeah.
Because it says Go.Factor. So it's Go Factor.
That
would make more sense.
Yes, it's Go Factor.
Go Factor. It's actually Go Factor 75.
Go Factor 75.
.com/Pat130. Okay, so it's Go Factor.
Right.
Why did they put the dot between the? No, see, that's
/Pat.
Okay, well that's better.
Right.
Yes, but it still has taken us longer to say the website
Factor
than it does to prepare the meal.
75.
GoFactor75.com/Pat130. Okay, that doesn't sound nearly as difficult.
It's not.
Taking out a whole step there of pushing a dot.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Speaking of laws that are being broken, on August 30th, which was, 2 days ago, the UN Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination, which I love. I love the UN Committee. Of all the UN committees, I love the UN Committee on the Elimination of Racial Discrimination.
The UN is nothing but committees, I'll tell you that.
Oh, my gosh. They published their findings concerning a number of nations for which they have sharp criticism and recommendations. Okay, good. The UN Racism Committee saved some of its fiercest condemnations for the United States, as always.
Oh, shut up. We should have backed the U-Hauls up to that place.
Yes. The committee expressed deep concern regarding the Supreme Court's Dobbs decision, of course, and reiterated its insistence that Washington take... Okay, so the UN is insisting that we take special measures to protect abortionists and the ability to terminate an unborn child in the United States. Okay. And that's a racial issue to them. This committee is a body of so-called human rights experts whose mandate is to monitor the implementation of the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, or ICERD for short. ICERD was adopted in 1965 by the UN General Assembly, entered into force in 1969. They have 88 signatory nations and 182 parties. The committee is presently comprised of 18 independent experts from countries like Turkey, Senegal, the Ivory Coast, Cameroon, and Qatar, all of whom are big into racial equality. All of them.
Freedoms?
Oh, man.
Freedoms,
you bet. I mean, these are the countries that have set the example, right, for freedom in the world.
They sure have.
Yeah, and equality, of course.
They sure have.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, Qatar. I mean, if you go there during the World Cup and you are with a friend that's a female, you could get locked up.
Oh.
So.
Okay, well, then they know. They know, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In its report on the United States, the committee alleged that, quote, racial and ethnic minorities are disproportionately impacted by the higher risk of unwanted pregnancies. Talk about stereotyping minorities. Isn't that itself racism?
Absolutely.
So they're at higher risk of unwanted pregnancies and lack of means to overcome socioeconomic barriers to access safe abortion. So because it's not readily available, it's not super easy to go get an abortion, which, by the way, it still really is. They want you to be able to kill your baby a lot faster if you're black or Hispanic. So, and I guess it's not fast enough that 80% of Planned Parenthood locations are in black neighborhoods. I guess that's not enough.
I mean, they specifically put them there.
Yeah, on purpose, so that black babies would be aborted. That was Margaret Sanger's big deal. She founded Planned Parenthood. She was an absolute raving lunatic of a racist. She was for eugenics. She wanted to purify the race. She's the one who taught the Nazis how to treat people who are minorities.
That's it, though.
It's unbelievable.
That's it, though.
It is unbelievable. And now the UN is saying, hey, you're not killing black and Hispanic babies fast enough. They really need to be able to do that a lot quicker. Okay,
they don't have
and a lot
access.
easier.
Do you know that there was a 10-year-old Hispanic girl?
I do know that.
Had to travel.
Did she have to go clear to another state?
Another state.
Oh, wow.
Another state.
She crossed state lines to have an abortion.
And 10-year-old girl gets raped. Raped.
Man.
They can't kill her baby. Something is wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she could. I mean, why? Anyway.
She could, and she did,
And she
actually.
did.
Right.
And she did.
I believe she did. Yes. I'm telling you, the UN needs to be expelled from our shores. It needs to go away. Send it to Belgium. That's where NATO is headquartered. They're used to these international agencies. Send it to Belgium.
You know who has room for the UN? Qatar.
Yes. Qatar would be fine as well.
Let's move to Qatar. It's beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, it really
beautiful.
is.
So let's send it there. But okay, I mean, Belgium, sure, fine. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm good with that.
All right, 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up in just a few minutes.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi asserted last week that restricting abortion is sinful. Not killing a baby as it's being born, I guess, that's a restriction that they don't like and they don't support, and that's a sin. If you don't want to kill your baby as it's being birthed, wow.
Hey, Nancy, what have you ever done this in your life at your Catholic churches?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. That is another indication.
Oh my God.
Of the upside down world in which we live. A world that was foretold, in fact, in a book that I've read a few times.
It's not available now, though, is it?
The Bible, I think it's called.
You can still pick it up?
No, I don't know. I don't know that it's been. I think it's been banned in most countries. Man, that Isaiah.
What is it?
I think about
Bible.
It's the Bible. And in it is a guy called Isaiah, and in Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20, he says something like this: "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, and put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter."
That's why that thing was banned.
That's why. Because it shows you the world is turned upside down, and we don't want that. We don't want anybody to know about that. Speaking at a reproductive health roundtable discussion.
I bet you that was fun.
Oh, those people know how to party.
That was fun.
Yeah. Pelosi claimed that restricting abortion rights is a sinful assault on women. The fact that this is such an assault on women of color and women, lower income families, is just sinful. It's sinful, she said. Huh.
Wow.
I wonder if the Pope would agree with her on that. I think even this Pope might
be too far.
That might be a bridge too far for even this Pope. She said it's wrong that they would be able to say to women, what they think women should be doing with their lives and their bodies, but it's sinful, the injustice of it all. So she said it 3 freaking times. I don't know how we have gotten to this place. I guess just slowly, step by step, ignoring and allowing and not challenging enough.
Yeah.
And now here
Absolutely.
we are at this place where they've just turned everything upside down, completely upside down. Jeez. Earlier in the event, Pelosi said that extreme MAGA Republicans have been emboldened by the radical Supreme Court. She accused these people of inflicting unimaginable pain on women and their families. She even claimed that American women are not as free as their mothers and their grandmothers were. Jeez. She's repeatedly used religious language to rebuke those ideas she believes are wrong, yet Pelosi's position on abortion is radically out of step with Orthodox Christian teachings in general and the Catholic Church specifically. And again, I think even this Pope would disagree that it's sinful to restrict abortion. How is it that you can't? You're supposedly so Catholic, right? She loves Catholicism. She's practicing Catholic, and don't you dare
that's her
challenge
favorite word.
that. Yeah.
Word.
The word is her favorite
thank you.
word. It was really easy to come up with that.
I was in one. I was in the other one.
I don't know. I think
that was in the other one. We may have lost it.
No, I think we've got it in this one too.
They ask me all the time, "What is your favorite this? What is your favorite that?
What's your favorite
that?" And at one time, what is your favorite word?
Favorite.
And I said,
I said favorite
that
word.
is
That's
easy.
really easy.
My favorite word
is
the word.
The word. The word. Yeah.
Is the word.
Is the word. And my favorite word is the word. The word. So the word apparently includes killing babies.
Killing your kids. Yep, no problem.
That he has sent here specifically to be born, and then you've decided, nope, not going to do it.
Well,
and there should be no restriction on that whatsoever. None. It's not amazing. It's a sin if you do. Really? Yeah, I don't remember that teaching from Jesus. That,
Are you sure? Maybe Ike said it. What was his name again?
Oh, Isaiah.
Oh, yeah, Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah. No, I don't think
it was
he said
banned.
it
I
either.
forgot to read it. It was banned.
Well, the Bible, you can't read that. It had all kinds of radical things in it. You don't even want to know about some of them. You don't want to know.
I know I don't.
Yeah.
But
I mean, how to treat other people, what's actually a sin, what's an abomination, what isn't. You don't want any of that. You don't want none of that.
No, I don't. But
I mean, you want sin. He'll show you what sin is and what happens to sinners. So you don't want that. You don't want that. Because Pelosi has for years espoused ideas clearly in contradiction to Catholic teachings, of course. You might remember that San Francisco Archbishop Salvatore Cordileone announced in May that Pelosi can no longer receive Holy Communion in his diocese.
Yeah.
Now, so she just went around that, and she goes in Washington.
Yeah, she goes to Washington. And the Pope was kind of against that, too. I mean, he kind of laid down the law to those bishops that wasn't up to them. And that one in particular went.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm not
kind
doing
of
that.
interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
the Pope was saying that his deal was that it was up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So if you,
as to whether or not you feel worthy
to
receive communion.
Right.
Yeah.
And
that's changed a lot.
Yes, it has.
That's changed an awful lot.
It has.
Now, I'm not Catholic, but I was until I was 12.
Yeah.
Now, my dad was Catholic for a long time. And he was refused communion for, 30 years, 40 years. It really hurt him. And to the point where we finally were able to convert him. But he was, and what was his grievous sin? He married a divorced woman.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Can't you get special dispensation?
For marrying a divorced woman?
Yeah, can't you get a special dispensation from on high for that?
I don't know. You probably can now, I would bet. But his grievous sin, he didn't kill any babies. But he did.
But
he did marry a woman who had been previously divorced.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he did.
Not having any of
No
that.
communion for you, my friend. You walk up here, get in this line, I'll slap you right in the face. Slap you right square in the face. Wow. Yeah, so things have changed there.
Yeah.
And they have
A
seemed
lot.
to, I think this Pope especially has said, you decide pretty much to his parishioners,
It's
right?
Don't.
It's not up to the bishops
And he did
anymore.
that just because these two dingleberries, Biden and Pelosi, so that they were able to continue to go to the altar
and claim to be hardcore Catholics.
Yeah.
As much damage as they have done with the abortion issue and other things too. I mean, they're radical and extreme radicals on almost everything. So how much damage have they done to the Catholic Church? A lot. I think a lot.
I mean, they've look. These two have look.
Look.
Like AGP. Look. These two have done damage to this country irreparably.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
yep.
And we're going to see. I mean, if tomorrow morning, at the time that this show is supposed to start, and you turn on Blaze TV and click on Pat Gray Unleashed Live, and it just says, "I can't." That means that we watched. That means we watched Joe Biden
and we
tonight.
We can't be here to respond to it. We
just do. I can't.
Our heads both exploded, and there's nothing atop our shoulders, which a lot of people believe that's the case already, but it will certainly be the case tomorrow. Yeah, this thing when he's gonna talk about Republicans removing our rights, and it's all about abortion rights. It's all about the constitutional right to an abortion.
Well, and I maybe that, but I mean, I think he's going to attack the MAGAs again. He's going to attack.
Yes.
I mean, the whole kit and caboodle.
In an effort, of course, to unify the country.
Well, of course, that's what he's doing it for.
That was his main goal when he got into the presidency, was that he was going to reunify America.
Right.
We're going to be, we call us the United States, not the divided.
That's right. We do.
Right? Yeah.
That's
and
right.
so he's on top of that, obviously. He's been such a uniter over the last year and a half. And tonight will be the pinnacle of his unification efforts, I believe.
I mean,
so you may just see two words on the screen when you tune in tomorrow. I can't.
You see that, you'll know.
You'll know. Yeah. So tune in. Make sure you tune in right at 6 live on Blaze Radio and Television. I can't.
Yeah, 6 Central. I can't. Because it's possible. It's possible that happens.
In fact, it's likely, I think. It's likely.
I mean, we may get this. KGP may have done a precursor to his speech yesterday when she talked about how she called out the MAGAs and how the MAGA Republicans and Governor DeSantis also called out how they are threatening to do harm to people on their side. Threatening. With physical violence.
Here she is, KJP, talking about the president thinks there's an extremist threat to democracy. And it goes a little something like this.
We've heard many Republicans argue that this president ran as a uniter, and now he's calling MAGA Republicans, which is a very large swath of the American populace, semi-fascists. He is arguing that they're a threat to democracy. Does the White House believe that this is a fair criticism by Republicans, that this is not unifying language?
So I'll say this, Nancy. Sadly, there are more examples than I can count on how we have seen recently armed attacks on federal law enforcement. There are a couple of things I just want to say here. You have Representative Paul Gosar has posted videos depicting him attacking the president and members of Congress. You have
Pause it for a
Representative
second.
Majority Taylor.
This has nothing to do with the question. The question is about you. It's about you. And what you are doing to unite or divide the country. What are you talking about Paul Gosar for? What is that about?
That was that meme, right?
Yeah, I don't care what it was. It's not about him. The question was about you. If the question was about Gosar, she would have said, hey, you know what Gosar did? What are your comments on that? That's not what he asked.
She'll get to it.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
Members of Congress. You have Representative Taylor Greene has publicly expressed support for shooting prominent Democratic elected officials and suggesting physically assaulting transgender school officials.
What?
You have Representative Madison
I don't know what she's talking about
has
there
said
at all.
Falsely, if our election systems continue to be rigged and continue to be stolen, then it's going to lead to one place, and that's bloodshed. And just last week, you had Governor Ron DeSantis suggested that Dr. Fauci
he meant
should
this
be
too.
physically
He meant it.
assaulted.
Shut
and former
up.
President Trump
Pause
has
it for
done
a
the
second.
same.
Suggesting that he should be physically assaulted.
Shut
Here's
up.
what he said.
Just sick of seeing him. I know he says he's going to retire. Someone needs to grab that little elf and chuck him across the Potomac.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, there it is. He wants somebody to pick up Anthony Fauci and throw Anthony Fauci across the Potomac. That would hurt him a lot. That hurt really bad. In some places, the Potomac is really wide. So you'd have to throw him a long way to get him clear across the Potomac. Yeah, you would. That was an entirely serious, literal statement about what he wanted to have happen to Anthony Fauci.
A physical, violent threat.
Oh, my gosh. Is that really the game we're going to play now? What are we, 4? Are we 4, KJP? So ridiculous. But she had more, I'm sure.
Trump has done the same
Trump's done the same many times.
And many of your colleagues have actually talked about and reported.
I know you are, but what am I?
Trend that we're seeing. And for example, the New York Times headline from this month: as right-wing rhetoric escalates, so do threats and violence.
rhetoric. That's not good.
These are things that we have to call out. Again, I was talking. I can't remember who just asked me the question. I was talking about socialization, something the president has talked about since 2017 when he wrote that article in The Atlantic.
Does she come back on her
at
all?
It out then. He called it out January 6th.
I can't take it then. I'm just hoping for some relief from the reporter, like, hey, I'm asking about you people, okay? I'm asking about you.
Well, yeah. And you get a little bit of that with Peter Ducey. I know we've wanted to marry him a couple times this week. And this, I don't know if this is marrying it might be. I mean, it's a long clip.
Well, let's get to that in just a second.
Get to it in just a second. But it's about the drug crisis, too.
Okay.
Because yesterday they were celebrating National Don't Die of an Overdose Day or something. I forget what.
It's my favorite day of the year.
I forget what the title was.
I just put up the tree like a week ago. It's kind of late in my celebration.
Don't die of an overdose tree. Yeah.
All right, more coming up.
Pat Gray.
Making the apocalypse fun since 2017. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
All right. We're going to get back into the KJP stuff. Well, let's do that right now.
Yeah, we can
do that right now.
This is Peter Ducey.
You were talking about Ducey asking her a question,
and you're gonna fighting back a little bit, and she gets pissed during this interaction, of course. And in fact, in the end, she's like,
we're done here.
I'm done with you.
Okay.
Pretty incredible.
What specifically is the president doing about this?
So we just talked about the Overdose Awareness Day that we are observing today.
Overdose
I just laid
Awareness
out
Day.
what the second gentleman and others are doing within this administration.
Pause it. The second gentleman. That takes a little getting used to.
Yeah,
I don't know that I've heard the phrase used
second gentleman
by them before like that in official business. Have you?
I don't remember.
The
I don't remember. But you know who you're talking about.
So is it the second gentleman's job now to take on the overdose situation?
Yes, it is.
That's his cause.
He puts up the trees around the White House.
Oh, it's great. So this is interesting. We've never had a second gentleman
No, we
before.
have not.
And again, I don't think I've heard him reference the second gentleman in an official capacity like this. The second gentleman. Roll it back 10 seconds because I I need to hear
You
it
wanna hear it
referred to
again?
again. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, it's a celebration.
That we are observing today. I just laid out what the second gentleman and others are doing within this administration.
Pause it again. Okay, there it is. There it is. She just laid out what the second gentleman is doing.
So shut up.
I have been wondering, what is the second gentleman doing, and why aren't they talking about it?
They just like he doesn't exist.
It's almost like he doesn't exist. Is it because he's a man? Is that why we
I think
never
it is.
hear about the second
He's a
gentleman?
white male?
I couldn't tell you what Kamala Harris's husband, the second gentleman, looks like.
Really?
Really. I wouldn't be able
he's-
to pick him out of the lineup.
Yeah. He's always.
I never see him.
She's always towing him behind.
I never see the second gentleman. I'm pissed about it. I think it's.
It's about time.
Yeah, it's about time he's been mentioned. It's about time his cause has been put forward. And thank goodness yesterday was the big day for the second gentleman.
Don't die of an overdose day or whatever it was.
Whatever. Here's more.
That we are observing today. I just laid out what the second gentleman and others are doing within this administration.
Good.
And we are going to continue to focus on the steps that we're taking, that we have taken. You have the $80 million that DHS just announced today on drug prevention. And
That's
the
like
president
5
has
cents
taken
to you and me.
many steps. He's made this a priority to make sure that we attack a very dangerous, drugs, serious drugs in this country.
But 300 overdoses a day now. We know how the fentanyl is coming into the country. It's coming right across the southern border. The DEA administrator says so. So when is the president going to do something?
So I will say that you have seen a 200% increase of fentanyl seizures, which means that we are doing the job of catching drug traffickers. 200%. Hold on, 200% increase. Just
and
again,
Americans' life
seizures.
expectancies are going down at a rate not seen in a century, and part of that is being driven by drug overdoses.
Good for you, Peter. Keep after it.
And we agree. We see those same numbers as well. But the fact that we are securing the border, the fact that we are securing record levels of funding from DHS so they can stop illicit drugs from entering into the country. The fact that it's not just drug traffickers that we're dealing with as well. We're stopping financiers. This is what's happening with this under this administration.
People who cheer for finances.
300 overdoses. This is being designed to target children. Drug cartels in Mexico want to kill American kids.
Well, yeah.
What is this president doing about it?
I hear you. I just laid out 200% of increase of drug fentanyl seizures. That is a dangerous drug that we are taking off the street. We are going to continue to focus. This is an important priority for this president. And I just want to talk about
they've
how
never
you're
done
saying
anything
that
wrong.
They're just
not ever. All right, I can't take it anymore.
Right.
They've never done a single thing wrong. This is the most perfect administration in the history of the world. They haven't done anything wrong. All their policies are correct. They've been executed effortlessly and flawlessly and perfectly. Everything is in perfect harmony with this administration. They won't accept any responsibility for anything going wrong.
Yeah, with this administration now, I mean, everything isn't perfect with you MAGA extremists.
Well, no, but you're fighting against us because we're so perfect, and you can't handle it. You can't handle it. He screwed up everything. And we're fixing everything he screwed up. Don't you understand that? Nothing that's happening that is bad in this country is our fault. Because obviously the gas prices, we're bringing them down.
Right.
After Putin brought them up.
What about food prices?
We're bringing them down after Trump brought them up. It was Trump's fault because he didn't prepare us for the pandemic. And then then there were the Trump chinks in the supply line.
Whoa!
Did I just say? Whoa. Yeah, I did. I said it like a chink in the armor.
Did we dump that?
And of course, we just had the 1 year anniversary of the withdrawal in Afghanistan. We executed that perfectly. That was better than anything could have ever been done in military history.
I saw pictures that I had not seen yesterday of the celebration in Afghanistan on the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah. For the Taliban? For the Taliban.
We have those.
On a U.S.
We
base.
have to see.
We're going to show that coming up.
Incredible.
It was not lost on me that they celebrated at the U.S.
Bagram
base. My gosh.
Sickening.
Yeah. Embarrassing. Humiliating. More coming up.
Now back to Pat Gray on the Blaze Radio Network.
Some tweets here. Jeffy's nervous lawn chair tweets. Pelosi's favorite word is vodka. Jeffy's embellished astronaut application tweets. Pat, don't say you people. For over 400 years, that's been keeping our people down. Did I say our? What did I? In what context did I say you people?
Maybe
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Everything is. We're good. We're open to everyone except for
you people. Yeah. From Bad Engineer. Anytime I'm not sure of what the left is doing, I listen to what they accuse us of doing, and then I know.
That's
so true.
That is absolute
truth. Mm-hmm.
Almost 100% of the time.
Yep.
If not 100% of the time.
Yes, sir, it is. All right, the BYU situation. Have you seen what's happening with that now?
I haven't because I'm sure everything is okay.
Yeah.
We've decided that it was a false report of racist comments being hurled at this volleyball player. And so it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they got beaten into submission at first because they're a horrible racist group of people and organization and blah, blah, blah. Let's read some of the headlines now from this morning. Fox News. Duke volleyball player's racial slur allegation receives pushback from witnesses. Okay, that's...
Okay.
The Salt Lake Tribune. The fan banned by BYU does not appear to have yelled slurs, campus police say.
Huh.
Okay. Not only leave that to the Salt Lake Tribune. Not only did the fan who was banned not yell racial, neither did anybody else.
No one did.
Racial slurs were not yelled.
Period.
Or whispered, even, as far as we know. Yahoo Sports banned BYU fan was not seen yelling racial slurs at Duke volleyball player, according to police. Yeah, again, it's not just the banned fan. It's just so misleading.
Right.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it is, guy. It is.
BYU racism during Duke game. God, this is from the Deseret News. BYU racism during Duke game gets a new view from students in the stands. What a crappy headline that is.
No kidding.
What a misleading, weird headline. It makes it sound like they are racist, and we're just looking at it from a different angle now. But USA Today actually headlined this. Duke volleyball player Rachel Richardson details racist incident with BYU fan. Oh, okay, well, good.
But she doesn't, though. We played some of that yesterday on the show. There is no specifics. And we also know that she complained once during the game that someone possibly yelled something.
And they positioned a police officer.
Correct.
So that they could be hurt, so that they could hear it if it happened and do something about it.
Correct.
But it never came.
And then there were more complaints after the game.
So
that's when they went after the fan,
kid,
the kid.
Who, by the way, is, I believe, handicapped?
Yes, he is. Insider reports believe that they've had a couple of issues because what he got banned for, what they claim, is because
going out
he came
on
the court.
Yeah.
And that's
right.
Apparently he's had an issue of that in the past.
Right.
And BYU has looked the other way.
Yeah, because he's handicapped. They're trying to accommodate a handicapped person.
Whatever.
It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. So in this USA Today article, while everybody else is at least acknowledging the racism, they are still interviewing Rachel Richardson to try to get her take on it, which she said, I heard a very strong negative racial slur. Really? Nobody else did. She must just be hearing voices in her head. So I served the ball, got through the play. And then the next time I went back to serve, I heard it extremely clear again. But that was the end of the game. Huh. Wow,
Right,
she heard it
right.
extremely clearly. But when you go back and watch the game from the video, because it was broadcast on BYU TV, strangely, nobody heard anything.
And there were no phones allowed in the arena, right? So nobody could record anything. In today's world, we can't have somebody.
Right.
We can't have a guy runs across the lawn in underwear. We have a Ring video camera of it, but we don't have a video of this.
Right. Yes.
Stop it.
Something this blatant and
Right.
this obvious and this bad.
And we're to believe. I seriously, I can't. We're to believe that something like this happened. Okay, so let's say that it did happen, and no one in an arena of 5,000 people plus says anything. Stop it.
I know.
No, no, that's not true. It's just not true.
It's just.
Sorry, it's just.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
No, I don't either. It didn't happen. It didn't happen.
It did.
How many racial hoaxes have we been through? Almost every time somebody
Yeah.
cries racism, we find out it's a hoax of some
Yes,
sort.
we do.
Or it didn't happen. Now, I don't know what she's hearing in her head, bless her heart, but it wasn't any racist slur from anybody in the stadium.
And one of the other complaints was that BYU failed to react. No, they didn't.
No, they reacted multiple times, and they're still reacting, and they're still not even saying, okay, look, this didn't happen, which they should.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't think they want to take her to task on this, and so they're just taking it. They're just kind of accepting it.
Because now, they really should take her to task because now it doesn't matter, right? They're racist now, no matter what.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't matter.
Well, and it's interesting because on Twitter yesterday, somebody mentioned that, I don't care if it happened or not. BYU's still a racist institution.
Oh.
What?
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't matter whether the actual thing we're looking for didn't happen. They're still racist. Okay.
That's interesting.
That's like, somebody being accused of murder and then they can't find any dead body. And in fact, nobody was killed. No, I don't care if they found a body or not. You're still a murderer.
Well, that's the thing, right? In today's world, and it may have been that way all along, but with social media and the news structure the way it is now, more people know about it. When you're accused of something, you're guilty. You can go to court and fight and prove you're innocent, but you're guilty.
That's true.
And people look at you as if you're guilty.
And the burden of proof is on the accused now. But that's not the way American justice is supposed to work. You're supposed to have to prove that somebody yelled some racist slur during that volleyball game, and you can't.
And the information has just gone up tenfold. Like back, 100 years ago, the town would say, "Oh yeah, that guy, yeah, we took him to court and they found him innocent, but I still think he killed his wife." That guy. Today, you have Twitter. It's not just the town, right? It's not just the town. But,
yeah.
So I guess it's been going on forever. It's just multiplied now.
Yes, it is.
It's pretty sad, actually.
It's really sad, and it's a shame that now they've got this stain on them that everybody reported. How many people are going to report now that no, it didn't happen? Very few, I think. I think very few will report
because
that.
they want
the sensationalism.
Yes.
That there's racism during this volleyball match.
We don't want to say that we don't believe this young black female athlete.
Right. You don't want to call her integrity into question. Well, I don't know what she did. I don't know what she's doing. I don't know what the deal is, but according to all evidence, it didn't happen. So I don't know what to tell you. Something that did happen this week is that Sarah Palin lost the election that she was running for. She was running to fill, it was a special election to fill a congressional seat for just the time being.
A few months.
From now until January. So 4 months, right?
Yeah. So
September, October, November, December.
We still have
4 months.
They're running now. Right now, they're running for the November election. For that seat.
Right. She's not out of that election.
No.
Because it hasn't been held yet.
Right.
So for some reason, they decided that, all right, let's fill it for 4 months. Well, okay, you're going to spend millions and millions of dollars
was spent on this race.
And Sarah Palin did lose to a Democrat in Alaska.
Yeah.
So does that mean, and speaking of racists, she's part of the native people of Alaska, right?
Is. Yes, she is. She's
part of the Native American
tribe, and she's a big part of that.
Mm-hmm. So they elected her, and it just again shows America's racism.
Sure does. Thank you. So she goes into office for a few months, and she's going to have to fight for this seat.
Yeah,
it's a congressman at large for Alaska, so it's for the entire state.
Yeah, because there's only one. They've got one representative now in Alaska. One. Which means what? They only have a population of about 600,000. So
I thought it was just under 10, but I'm not sure. You might be right.
Under 10 people that live there?
10. Yeah, I thought it was 10.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do they don't have a million?
No, they do not have a million.
I did not know that.
No.
I would have bet at least a million.
783,000. 783,000. Mm-hmm. Tiny.
Yeah.
Very
I drive by more than
populated.
More than that going to work at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, a lot more than that. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Anyway, they have the special election, and she lost, and they're making the case that it's a Democrat beat a Republican, and I kind of feel like it was more that it was Sarah Palin.
I have that feeling too.
There's a couple different stories. Obviously, it's why would you have spent all this money for a couple of months when you're going to have to spend even more money to go for the the general election to be in office for 2 years and the next 2 years in November. But I kind of feel like it's Sarah Palin. I know she's Alaska and she was the governor. I would still be mad at her and kind of am really for quitting. I don't like the idea of being elected into an office like that to become a governor and then quit for a bigger office. But okay, so she quit to go with McCain. But and then she's had her reality shows and her divorces and her family problems, and I kind of feel like it's now you're back to Alaska, begging us for a job again.
And apparently that's what happened in this election. A lot of people believe that it was more about her.
Yeah,
and the fact that Alaska kind of felt like they were dissed by her.
Absolutely,
because she left early,
and now she's back. Now she's back, sucking around for another job. How about no?
And we'll see if that happens again in November.
I know, and it was also one of those ranking elections,
which is weird,
really weird.
Yeah.
So they, it ended up that she just lost with the way they ranked.
It kind of, the top two I think were kind of moved on. And then they took the other ones who were running. They took their second choice and applied it to whoever the second choice was of the top two.
Right.
Weird situation. Complicated and strange.
Really strange. And today we find out if we're going to have a special master. I thought we were done with those racist terms here in America, but I guess not. I guess not.
Thank you. Right.
We'll see what happens in the Trump case. Just stop. I mean, they posted, the FBI or the DOJ, whoever it was, posted a picture of all the stuff that they took, the paperwork that was classified, on their social media account. And it was just like, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. I mean, nobody believes that it was, I don't know. I'm torn on Donald Trump and these executive privilege papers because leave him alone. He's former president. He's got boxes of papers. Oh no. Oh my gosh. No. On the other hand, just
give them back.
Just give them back.
Yeah. Why do you have to make such an issue out of it?
Give them back.
I wish that would happen and we could avoid all of this nonsense. Just give it back.
But whatever. I think it's agonizing that we're going through this, and we're going through this because it is Donald Trump, and they definitely want to have him have the perp walk with handcuffs.
They do,
and they're probably going to get it. And I don't think they want that from you people.
I know.
I don't think they want that from you people.
No.
So anyway, we were talking at one point about Afghanistan and the anniversary and how it was celebrated.
Mm-hmm.
Because our president, I mean, he put out a statement. What more do you want?
Yeah, right. Right.
I mean,
and he said something about it last year. What, do you expect him to do it again?
He had talked to the families at some point
right.
in the past.
Right.
I don't know when, but just not this year.
And will he do it again? Yeah, someday.
Maybe. You
maybe.
don't know?
I don't know. He's already done it.
I put out a statement. What do you want from me? But on Instagram, I saw a report from a feed that is, I don't know that we blocked it out for this show, so it's a big guy name. It says Real News, No Bull. Oh, yeah, okay, we did. Good, excellent. Way to go, be on top of it. It's no bull stuff. But they posted pictures of the celebration that the Taliban held on the 1 year anniversary.
At Bagram Air Force Base.
That's correct.
Yeah. So,
and
isn't that fun?
U.S. supplied Black Hawk helicopters, AMRAPs were showcased.
Jeez.
Some equipment from other countries were also present for them. But, fighters also carried various weapons, including American-made rifles. As they were just celebrating that 1 year anniversary. Makes you proud.
It does make you proud.
Makes you proud.
Yeah.
We left
all of that.
Turns my stomach.
They just came out with a figure of $7 billion, right, or $8 billion. When before they were saying it was $80 billion.
Yeah, I thought it was in the
$80
tens of billions.
worth of equipment left behind. So who do you believe?
I don't know, but originally it was tens of billions. I think
it was $80 billion. So
because I
don't
saw
know
that number too with the 7 or 8 billion, and I thought,
it's about 1/10 of what we left behind. But thanks for counting it. For
right.
us. Thank you. That's great. Oh, it's agonizing.
It sure is.
We got a special feature, though, just to celebrate the day. The day after the anniversary of the withdrawal from Afghanistan from our president, who was so great in that withdrawal. You couldn't do it any better than he did it.
Well, I mean, obviously, we know that.
So we thought we'd celebrate with his recitation of the Biden ABCs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, here you go. From the Washington Free Beacon.
The AA, NH, and PI community. We have to do more than just build back better. We have to build back better. People are going to play for the diverse ride. It increases exponentially. I was going to find gun owners harassing the full potential. You're increasing your concerns. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle. Putin's kleptocracy. LGBTQL immediately available. Then under pressure from the NRA and the gun manufacturers, in order to prevent economic recovery. My supply chain. True international effort to pressure. What am I doing here? Javier Baccaria. You can decide who I'm pointing to.
Brilliant. That's our commander-in-chief right there.
I mean...
Makes you feel good, doesn't it?
No.
Feels so
No,
good.
It doesn't make me feel good at all.
Yes, it does. Come on, man.
Come on now. I watched that earlier this morning and laughed, and then I was mad at myself for laughing. I'm mad at myself for laughing.
You were? Really?
Because... I mean...
Because why?
Because it's just embarrassing.
No, come on. He's powerful. He's sharp as a tack. I mean, listen to this.
Get a tax break for a racehorse. Why in God's name couldn't we provide a $8,000 tax credit for everybody who has child care costs? It would put 720 million women back in the workforce. It would increase the GDP, to sound like a wonk here, by about 0.8%.
No, you could never sound like a wonk.
Friend, and she's a friend. She's been my friend in and out of public life.
She a friend, though?
I want to be clear. I'm not going nuts.
We choose truth over facts.
Yeah.
When Bobby Kennedy and Dr. King had been assassinated in the 70s.
We choose truth over
60s.
facts.
I want to thank Rich Fitzgerald, the county executive, Allegheny County executive, for being here, and all of my time in public life, since I've gotten involved. The country wasn't built by Wall Street bankers, CEOs, and hedge fund managers. Union workers, the UAW took incredible cuts in their future and their pensions and the less to get GM working. They also got that last year and try to cut wages or freeze wages for their people. Right today, the same is happening in big hospital systems. I think we have to rethink. Look, I was...
Yeah.
Anyway.
Why
they do that? It means investing much more in medical research to conquer devastating diseases like cancer and addiction and Alzheimer's. And so, folks, when those folks came, remember when he came down his gilded escalator.
What would happen with you in this
No, but everybody knows who this guy is. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I'm looking forward to this, man. Come here, man. Of Putin's kleptocracy.
Yeah.
Kleptocracy.
Okay.
All right, you're right.
Great stuff. It makes you proud, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Makes
you're
you
right.
proud.
I apologize for doubting my proudness.
Nobody can put things more succinctly than Joe Biden. Nobody. And so just wanted to prove that to you because you were starting to get off the reservation there for a minute. We had to bring you back on. Also, KJP. One more thing from KJP from yesterday.
Which one did we miss?
The DeSantis and Marjorie Taylor Greene thing.
No, we did that.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, that's where he
the things we have to call out.
Yeah, that's where he throws DeSantis, the elf, across the Potomac.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
I don't want.
Good.
I mean, that's a violent physical threat against one of their people, and it just shows what we're going to get tonight. We're going to get tonight.
It does. It's going to be so bad. Seriously,
it's going to be terrible. I just want to remind everyone. All right,
man,
when you log into Blaze TV tomorrow, and you see,
I can't.
Just know.
You'll know what that means.
We're with you. All right, our hearts are here.
We couldn't quite do it though.
Just can't do it.
It would not surprise me to be, in that situation and just say, put them up. Put up the two words. I can't. That'll explain the whole show. So, man. Justin Trudeau talking about the rise in anger toward politicians.
We have time for that?
I think we do.
Do
we?
Go ahead and play it because he's great and he makes you proud and he lets you know what's wrong with the world in today's world.
I'm just wondering, what do you think is behind the rise in threats that politicians are facing?
We've been through a lot as a country, as a world over these past years. Obviously, the pandemic, increasing anxiety because of climate change, transformations of our economy, rise in mental health and addiction problems, particularly with the opioid crisis that has been ravaging communities right across the country.
Ravaging it.
It's a lot of pressure on a lot of people. And unfortunately, there is there are no easy solutions for all these challenges we're facing.
Got it. Thanks. You know what the solution is? Boxed water. The water bottles. Clear. The water bottles that are in boxes.
I have one.
The box water.
I have one.
That's the solution. Do you have a box of water?
Yes, I do.
Because right there on your desk is a bottle of water.
I don't tell anybody that.
I'm a little sad that it's not a box of water right there. All right, we got overtime coming up. And, of course, we'll be back here tomorrow to finish off the week.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.